Okay, all of you have studied the previous lecture, I hope. Okay. Now, question is, what is the basicity? What is the basicity? Basicity of borax. Okay, those who have worried about their structures, how to draw the structures, okay, then they will have come to know. Very good. Two answers correct. In our previous lecture, how to draw the structures with tricks and questions. Okay, very good. Okay. Number of OH in the borax will be 4. Number of OH in the borax will be 4. Therefore, basicity will be 4. What is the basicity? It is not about the boric acid. It is borax. Okay. Okay, in the compounds, we have studied some structures, difficult structures, and now the next difficult structure and also chemically important. Reactions also important for the diborane and structure also important. This we have already studied before in the chemical bonding also, but this belongs to this chapter. Again, we will have a go through this diborane. Okay, so first of all, borane. Boranes are hydrates of boron. Hydrates of boron are called as boranes. Okay, like allenes. Hydrates of aluminum are called as allenes. Same way, boron hydrates are called as borane. Okay, so there are how many types of hydrates? There are two types of hydrates depending on the general formula. Depending on the general formula, they are divided into two types. Okay, like in organic chemistry, we study alkane, alkene, alkyne. Like this here, boranes also how many types? Two types. First type is called as a nidoborane. Second type is called as a arcanoborane. Arcanoborane. Okay, so like alkane have a general formula. Same way, nidoboranes also got general formula, and arcanoboranes also have general formula. So nidoborane formula will be BnHn plus 4. Okay, and arcanoborane will be BnHn plus 6. Okay, so to avoid confusion, like in organic, there were initially only few compounds were there. Therefore, simple naming used to be there. But after that, once number of compounds have increased a lot, then there is a systematic naming introduced. What is that naming called as? IUPAC naming. Same way here also naming also introduced. Okay. So like let us take B2, otherwise B4. So if it is B4, if it is a nidoborane, then it will be B4H8. If it is B4, if it is arcanoborane, then it will be H10. Okay, N plus 6. That is 4 plus 6, 10, 4 plus 4, 8. Okay, so to name this, it will be tetra. Okay, tetra means 4 boron. Okay, tetraborane. And after that, you need to mention, like in hydrocarbon, we call them as a alkane, alkene, alkyne. Likewise, there will be tetraborane, will be 8. Okay, so if it is 4 plus 4, that means it is a part of the nidoborane. So this number represents the number of hydrogen. This will represent the number of boron. Okay, so likewise, if you follow this here, it will be tetra. Okay, and borane will be same. Tetraborane will be same, but only thing dash it will be 10. So tetraborane 10, tetraborane 8. Is it understood? IUPAC naming of boranes. Write down types of boranes, nidoborane and arcanoborane. Even though they do not exist much, they are like in hydrocarbon, their stability is very much high, and number of hydrocarbons are also very much large in number. But that case is not existing here in case of the boranes. Okay, but still already method was there, so it is adopted here. Out of the all boranes, the most important borane is diborane. So you need not to worry, just introduction is more than sufficient. Types of borane, boranes are hydrates of boron. Write down these two types and general formula, two examples. Okay, over. Now let us see about the diborane. Other boranes are not much important. They may not ask more than this, whatever I have told you. Okay. So let us see about the diborane. Formula is not, it is B2H6. Now you can understand it is nidoborane or arcanoborane. So it is 2 plus 4, that is 6. Therefore, it comes under the diborane, comes under the nidoborane. Okay. If it is B2H8, then it will be arcanoborane. B2H6 is a nidoborane. Okay. Now, hybridization part. Okay. So, hybridization should be of the boron. The element which can form, which got the higher valency, element which got the higher valency can undergo hybridization. Therefore, B2. So, boron will undergo hybridization. Okay. 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, 13th group element, therefore 2p1. But it is in the ground state. What it is? It is in the ground state. If somebody asks what is the number of bonds a boron can form bonds in ground state. So don't answer as a 3. In ground state, the number of bonds it can form is only 1 because only one unpaired. Okay. So, but this ground state is not enough and it got some d subshell. No, d subshell is not there because 2d does not exist according to the atomic structure quantum number. So, if it have to extend its covalency, then this electron will move from here to here, then it will form 2s2, 2p2. But as per the electronic configuration, it can form in the first excited state, it can form only 3 bonds. This is called as a first excited state. First ES means excited state. In the first excited state, it can form only 3 bonds. But the diborane special condition, special feature, it uses empty orbital also to form the 4 bonds. To enable it to form 4 bonds, it uses empty orbital also in the hybridization. Okay. This is the first case where empty orbital also involved in the hybridization. Okay. But the way of bonding is not going to be same as other bonds. Okay. Is not going to be same as other bonds. Okay. 2s1 and 2p2. I think it is clear to all of you. To sp3 hybridization. So number of sp3 hybrid orbital will be how many? 4. But all 4 are not going to contain. All 4 are not going to contain electron, one electron. One orbital is going to be empty. Okay. So, and how many borons I have to write? 2 borons I have to write. Okay. This is one boron. This is another boron. So, this is the one boron and another boron. Okay. Same way, this is also, there will be how many? 2, 3. This is first boron. And second boron, first orbital, second orbital, third orbital, and fourth orbital. Okay. These are the 4 orbitals of the both borons. Understood? Now, electron filling. What we have to fill up now? We have to fill up the electrons. We have to fill up the electrons. Okay. So, in the filling up of electrons, what we have to do? We have to allocate the electron like this. 3 electron, 1 empty orbital. Okay. Now this electron will be 3 electron, 1 empty orbital. These are the fourth empty orbital, this one. And same way fourth empty orbital is this one. So you should arrange them such a way that one empty orbital should be empty on the other side. Okay. Now we have to give the 6 hydrogens. One hydrogen here, one hydrogen here. Okay. And one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. Okay, both hydrogens are understood. Now this is the hydrogen with electron. This is the hydrogen with electron. Is that understood? Now after this you can see there are 2 electrons and 2 atoms are combined together. One boron, one hydrogen. This is hydrogen. Okay, this is hydrogen. This is boron, this is hydrogen. This is boron, this is hydrogen. There is no problem at all. There is no problem at all between the boron and hydrogen, boron and hydrogen, boron and hydrogen, boron and hydrogen. 4 bonds we observe are common. Everywhere you will find. But these bonds got some speciality. What is that speciality? Boron, hydrogen, boron. So 3 people are connecting together. But electrons are how many? 2. Same way here also you can see 3 people are connecting. What are those 3 people? 2 boron and 1 hydrogen. So this bond is called as 3 center 2 electron bond. But normally this is simply 2 center 2 atoms and 2 electron bond. Okay. So this is the structure wise hybridization. But I will tell you in the direction of bond angles, bond length. Okay. Note down this. Okay, this is the bond line diagram. Okay. Now this is dotted line. What is this? This is the dotted line representing 3 center 2 electron bond. 3 center 2 electron bond is this one. Okay. So there are bond parameters are very much important. Okay. This I have not covered in the chemical bonding because this compound was not specific to that chemical bonding. Now it is compound is specific to 13th group. Okay. So here 97 bond degree is between the hydrogen, boron and hydrogen. But this hydrogen, boron and hydrogen is 122 degree. Okay. So if you are not able to remember these values, at least you should remember. Okay. Bond angle of HBH. Okay. HBH of 2 center 2 electron bond is greater than bond angle of HBH. This is also HBH bond angle only. Okay. But it is of 3 center 2 electron bond. Okay. This at least you should remember. Okay. If you remember the values, then it is best. Otherwise, you should be able to remember this one also. Okay. And one more thing you should remember, distance between 2 boron. Okay. This boron and this boron are separated by 1.77 angstrom. How much it is? 1.77 angstrom. Okay. And this bond angle, sorry, bond length. Now here bond, this is about the bond angle. Okay. BH bond length of 3 center. Here I have written already 2 center. Therefore 2 center 2 electron. Is it visible? BH of 2 center 2 electron, and here this bond length is of again BH bond length only. Okay. Bond length of BH, but it is of 3 center 2 electron. Okay. So this bond length is boron and hydrogen bond length only, but it is of 3 center 2 electron bond length. Okay. It is 1.23 angstroms. And it is 1.19 angstroms. Okay. So simply you should remember whenever bond length is less, bond angle will be more. Okay. Bond length is less, bond angle will be more. Okay. Again, I am reading out, and already we have covered this topic in the bond relation between the bond length and bond angle in bond parameter. Okay, so angle between hydrogen boron hydrogen of 2 center 2 electron greater than angle between hydrogen boron hydrogen of 3 center 2 electron. Is it clear to you? Okay, next bond length. Here I will write BL, bond length. Here I will write BL, bond length of boron hydrogen in 2 center 2 electron is less than the bond length of boron and hydrogen between the 3 center 2 electron bond. Okay, at least this relation you should remember. Bond angle which is better, bond length which is better, and this value. The distance between two borons in the diborane is 1.77 angstrom. These are all previous question, but they may change it, modified and ask like this. Okay. Okay, you have studied the bond line diagram. Okay, now it is orbital diagram. First we have studied the hybridization diagram of the diborane, then bond line diagram, now orbital diagram. Okay, so after the orbital diagram, okay, this is the one plane. These all are on the one plane only. Two boron and four hydrogens. Two boron and four hydrogens will be on one plane. Okay, and one hydrogen like this. This is the place where you will find. Okay, so this is one plane. One lobe will be above and one lobe will be below. Okay, so here you will find hydrogen. Here you will find hydrogen. Okay. So these four also will be in vertical plane. This boron and two hydrogens will be in the vertical plane. Okay, and these boron and two hydrogens will be in the vertical plane, and these two boron and four hydrogens will be in the horizontal plane. Okay, so this is the orbital diagram of the diborane. Okay. So nowadays the trend is that coplanar. The questions are about in the integer type. You will find number of coplanar atoms. Okay. So coplanar atoms don't just start answering. Okay. So if the coplanar atoms maximum, if they are asking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the horizontal plane. Maximum number of coplanar atom in the horizontal will be 6. In the vertical will be the minimum, if they ask, then what will be the answer? 4. Okay, so coplanar atoms, what is the answer? Is it clear? So this is about the structure of the diborane. Now we will study preparation. Reactions are more important. Which question is more frequently asked, that also I will tell you through the reactions. Okay, get ready. Okay, next is after the structure, then next is the preparation. Okay, preparation, properties and uses. 3 more topics about the diborane. Very important topic. You can see the previous papers also. You will find mostly questions from this topic only. Okay, and previous structures, if you have not gone through it, kindly go through it. That is also more marks fetching. So here these are the 4 preparation method, but my selection is this one. If not, then this one. Okay, these are the best methods. First of all, magnesium boride. Magnesium boride, when treated with the 10% HCl, it will give you the B2H6. The problem with this method is it will give you more number of boranes, not only diborane. Even though you can separate it depending on diffusion and depending on mass, you can separate from them, but still the percentage yield will be very less because other boranes are also produced. Okay, then B4H9, this is B4H9. When it is heated at 100 degrees Celsius, this will also give B2H6 plus H2 and higher borane. Again, problem is that it is mixed with higher boranes. Okay, So they will have different melting boiling point. Again, you have to separate. The best method is this one and this one. Okay. So BCl3 when reduced with hydrogen in electric discharge at low pressure, then it will give you the B2H6. Okay. This is the best method. Otherwise, reduce the boron trifluoride. Reduce the boron trifluoride with the lithium aluminum hydride also reducing agent, or lithium boron hydride also reducing agent. These two are the best reducing agent. Okay. Now if I use lithium aluminum hydride, what I will get? AlF3. If I use LiBH4, then what I will get? BF3. But rest all product will be same. Okay. So lithium will be common in both of them. Lithium will be converted to lithium fluoride, and basically we are going to get B2H6 as a product. Okay. So this is the 4 preparation methods of diborane. Okay. So first importance structure, second importance properties, preparation also. These 2 methods, at least if you remember, that's more than sufficient. But for safe side, I am giving you this information also. Okay, now let us see the properties. Melting point of diborane is minus 165.5. Boiling point is minus 92.5 degrees Celsius. It is colorless gas, but smell is very foul smell. Okay, and very extremely toxic, that is poisonous in nature. Okay, so next, it is highly inflammable. These are the main problem. It is highly inflammable. Immediately it will catches the fire. Okay, inflammable. And main criteria you should remember is it burns with the green edged flame. It burns with the green edged flame. Okay. So this can also be used as a detection. Okay. Next, 6th point, diborane react with sodium amalgam. Okay. B2H6 when treated with sodium amalgam. Amalgam is used to reduce the rate of reaction, then it will form B2H6Na2. What it is going to form? B2H6Na2. Okay. Main thing you will remember this temperature. In the properties temperature, whatever I am going to write, B2H6 when heated to 700 degrees Celsius, the boron will be separated. Hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay. Then one more important use is addition reaction. In the organic, it undergoes the addition reaction. Okay. 6 moles of CH2 double bond CH2. You will study in the preparation also anti-Markovnikov addition B2H6. There we will write as a 2BH3. Okay. And boron, all hydrogens will be replaced. Okay, triethyl borate, CH3, CH2. One hydrogen will be here and it will be CH2. Like that, 3 moles will be attached to one boron. Then it is called as a triethyl borate. Triethyl borate. Okay, noted? Borane, sorry. Triethyl borane. Okay, note down these reactions. Okay, next one is diborane instantly hydrolyzed. Okay, diborane instantly got great affinity. Instantly hydrolyzed. Immediately it will be hydrolyzed. Okay, hydrolyzed even with water also no problem, or alkali also no problem. Okay, in presence of alkali. So what it will form? Another important compound of boron, that is orthoboric acid. Okay. So B2H6 plus 6H2O will give you H3BO3. This is what? Boric acid, or we call it as a orthoboric acid on hydrolysis. Okay. So as I said, we can use the alkali, aqueous alkali also. Okay. So 2 KOH plus number of water molecule in that will be less. It will form metaborate KBO2. Okay. So then again hydrogen will be liberated. Then it catches, this is the affinity towards the water, and it got the affinity towards oxygen also very much high. So diborane catches fire, okay, spontaneously. Diborane that's why it is not found in the in free form, okay. Catches fire spontaneously. Catches fire spontaneously, okay. So what it will form again? B2H6 plus 3O2. This we have studied in the preparation of oxide, boric anhydride. What it is called as boric anhydride also, okay. Then one more thing is other reactions. B2H6, when it is reduced with the lithium hydride only, not lithium aluminum hydride, that is complex hydride. This is salt hydride. In presence of ether, the LiBH4 will be formed. Okay. Next, B2H6 when treated with Cl2. All these reactions are very simple, but reaction with ammonia, which I am going to tell you, is very important. 2BCl3, okay, plus 6HCl. This is if nothing is given, then BCl3 is produced, but dry Cl2 is given. This reaction also important, and reaction with ammonia is very important, because NCERT it is given, and sometimes it is asked also, okay. So 2BCl3 plus 6HCl, 6HCl. Now, if the same B2H6 when treated with HCl, this is Cl2 and this is HCl, but it is in dry condition, okay, and in presence of anhydrous AlCl3, it is going to form B2H5Cl, and hydrogen will be produced. Okay, so this is chlorodiborane. What is this? B2H6 was there, now it is chlorodiborane. Okay, now very important thing, I am going to tell you what is that reaction with ammonia. Okay, note down it very carefully. Reaction with ammonia and amines. Reaction with NH3 and amines in the sense RNH2, okay. So amines, first what it will form? B2H6. Everything you should clearly note down. This B2H6 plus NH3, okay. So here this must be is in excess. Ammonia must be how much? It should be in excess, and temperature must be low. Then it will form B2H6 dot 2NH3. B2H6 dot 2NH3. Okay. So this is the main questions in the chemical bonding. By converting them into the question into the chemical bonding, this is written like this. Okay. BH2 NH3 twice. This will be positive. Okay. And the next one will be BH4 negative. BH4 negative. Okay. So BH2 NH2 plus and BH4 negative. This is the structure of B2H6 dot 2NH3. When it is further heated, then it will form the, already we have studied this, B3N3H6. Okay. I am telling you again and again, this is more important. What it is called as borazole, and it is also called as borazine, Zine, B3N3H6. Okay. Then if we heat with the excess and high temperature, if it is excess and low temperature, okay. So here ammonia is in excess, but temperature is very high. Then it will directly form BNX. What is this BNX? Boron nitride, that we have studied inorganic graphite. Okay. So everything was taught to you earlier itself. Okay. Now if we wanted to prepare directly borazole or borazine, then we have to take 2 ratio of NH3, 1 ratio of B2H6. Okay. Then high temperature. Okay, so note down it very carefully. Different condition. When ammonia is in excess but low temperature, this is formed. Okay, when ammonia is in excess but high temperature, boron nitride or inorganic graphite. Next, this compound on heating, again it will give borazole or borazine or inorganic benzene. It can also be achieved by calculated reaction. 2 moles of ammonia, 1 mole of B2H6 at high temperature also will give you same product. Okay, note down. Okay, we have studied the reaction with ammonia. There I told you about the amines also. Amines can be, it can be RNH2. This is called as a primary amine. It can be secondary amine also, R2NH. Okay. So if it is R2NH or RNH, let us take this as a X or this as a X. So 2 moles of this will react with this to form a cation. Okay. So if I use RNH2, RNH2 twice. Otherwise, if I use R2NH, then BH2 R2NH whole twice, again it will be positive. This part, this complete part, it is going to be negative. BH4 negative. Okay, this is the reaction with primary amine, secondary amine. Amines are basically electron rich compounds. Okay, so because of that, this compensation will be there. Okay, now uses of the diborane. It is used as a fuel for high energy. As in the starting only, it catches fire, highly inflammable. Once it is inflammable, then definitely it finds use in the high energy and propellant. Propellant means aeroplanes. Okay, aeroplane engines are called as propelling engines. Okay, then it is also used as a rocket fuel. It is used as a catalyst in polymerization reaction and reducing agent in organic reaction and for welding purpose. These are the uses. Don't forget to remember few important things like reaction with ammonia. Okay, that is important. Reduction LiAlH4 and that reaction is important, and preparation methods are important. Structure is more and more important. Okay, I hope you understood everything. See you in the next lecture with about the boric acid. What is the next topic we are going to start? Boric acid. Okay.